Hello there, this is DBT and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 8. And today we're having a look at update 79, which just dropped for pretty much every single platform. So that means we all should be in the same version and we're gonna check what's new or what changed. But before I get into it, if you enjoy my content, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, it helps, and it's free. But more importantly, it lets me know that you want me to continue making videos about this game here in the channel. So, again, help me out and let me know by liking and subscribing. Alright, update 79. Well, first of all, we got a new intro screen or new splash screen when you open the game, and it looks like this, which is nice, except that, again, I'm not super excited about the dunker board, but it is what it is. But at least the screen itself looks kind of nice. Now, when it comes to actually having a look at what's in this new update, first, I think it's interesting to talk about the daily missions, because we knew that there was going to be a new feature in the game, but we didn't know what it was going to look like. Well, checking it out, it's actually kind of reminiscent a little bit to the daily missions we used to have back in the day. If you don't know about those, don't worry too much. The point is that now we got a bunch of things that we're supposed to do on a daily in order to get some rewards. Now over here you can see the objectives, right? Go online, which obviously by just signing into the game, you get 3 of this, whatever it is, which is what you need in order to get to the rewards. Collect daily VIP coins, make 3 purchases in the credit shop, upgrade your vehicle 3 times, use any booster 3 times, finish a race 5 times, finish a career race 1 time, finish an event race 3 times, finish a gauntlet race 1 time, and play a Moto Blitz race 1 time. So, you can see that there's definitely quite a few of this thing. However, you don't need to do every single one of them in order to collect all of the rewards, because the most of this, whatever this is, let's call it lightnings, I don't know, whatever. The most that you need is 25, but you can see that some of these missions actually give a lot more than others. For example, just finishing 5 races, any 5 races, it's gonna give you almost half of all of these things that you need. Then if you do some upgrades, you get another 10, so on and so forth, right? So this gives you a bit of an idea of how you don't need to do every single one of them. Instead, it's more like an assortment of different options. Oh, look at that. Oh no, I didn't want to do this right away. Ah, man, well, it kind of makes sense. Definitely gives you a bunch of options in order to do this. Oh, it claims all of them at the same time. Look at that. Wait, I didn't get this one. Okay, so these are the rewards, by the way, available over here. The first one is going to be 10,000 fusion coins, which is obviously not a lot, but hey, you know, it's a little bit, why not? Then you get a 5-minute no ad thingy. Well, this is not a booster, a no ad thingy. Yeah, sure, that's what it's called. Then you can get another 20,000 fusion coins. Then you can get 15 tokens. And if you get to the last one, you get an additional 35 tokens. So we're talking about, how much is that? 50 tokens plus 30,000 fusion coins, which again, is not necessarily a ton, but definitely something that you can get just for free by playing the game. That's not bad at all. Now, actually, come to think about it, let me claim my VIP points, because that is something I haven't done just yet. Let me claim this for my fusion coins. Yes, thank you. And this is the claim. By the way, I'm approaching the next VIP level 11, which I believe is going to be the last one that I will want to do. Yeah, because after this, the VIP boost begin, and I don't want those. So, well, whatever. The point is that I wanted to do that just to get another claim over here so that I get to my last reward. There we go. I claim it, and 35 tokens are mine. And there we go. I've completed the daily missions that I needed to do in order to get my rewards, like I said. And look, at first glance, upgrade your vehicle 3 times every single day, that's crazy, but you don't always have to do it. Like I just showed you, you can just do other things as well, and you're still gonna get your rewards. So it's not too much of an issue. I think it works decently nice. This is in case you don't have enough cars to do Gauntlet. Well, maybe you have a bike to do Moto Blitz. Maybe you don't have that, but you can do some events and some career, so on and so forth, right? So this is not too bad. I think this is actually pretty alright to get some additional rewards by simply playing the game, which at the end of the day is what we want. They have added so many ways to get stuff in the game by watching ads, but now they've added something that is by actually playing the game, which is at the end of the day what you want to do. Now, I do want to have a look at the quote-unquote playpad, which is this thing up here. Now, I didn't know what this was about, but basically this is just an information booth, but I think it's a pretty decent one because it provides you with information that to a new players may not be obvious. So over here, it's basically a map of how do you make progress in the game. You do races, and that gives you credits. Now, you can use credits to eventually buy vehicles, the few that you can buy for credits. Now, if I click on this thing, it doesn't do anything for me because I already own the vehicles, but otherwise, it should take you to the garage, I think, to the cars that are being sold for credits. But then, other than that, you can also use your credits into buying stuff in the credit shop. So you can go here, and it'll take you there. Now, over there, you can also buy some fusion coins, which will help you upgrade vehicles, or you can buy tokens, which will help you unlock more cars. So I don't know, I think this is actually pretty good. Because again, for all of us that have been playing the game for a very long time, this is super obvious by now, we obviously understand it. But for a new player that is like super lost in the game, you get the game for the first time and you're like, what am I even doing here? I don't understand, so many currencies. Well, this tells you a little bit as to how you are supposed to make progress in the game, so I appreciate that. Then it shows some information related to the kit card. Part upgrade requirements vary by vehicle and part level. So that's a bit of information as to how this system works. I still think that this requires a bit more in-depth explanation for a new player, because otherwise it might be like, I still don't understand how this works. But at the very least, it does tell you, okay, these things, all of these things are used to upgrade cars. So I still think that this would need a better explanation, but hey. And the last part over here is the reward hints, and that's actually kind of interesting. Highlights the main rewards across game modes. And you will notice that now it has these little icons. And by the way, this is basically it for the play pad or whatever this thing is called. But hey, but over here, like it showed, it provides you information as to what are going to be the rewards you can get in each one of these modes. For example, in career, on single player, you can get some credits and stars for career. In the World Series, you can get dices and tokens. In events, you can get fusion coins and tokens as well. In Gauntlet, you can get a dice and some additional tokens. So overall, I think this is pretty good because it does guide you a little bit, and by guide you, I mean guide the new players to which side of the game you should be going into. If you're aiming, oh, I need some fusion coins, I'm gonna go here. Oh, I need some, and granted, technically, you can get fusion coins in the World Series too, can't you? I don't know, whatever. But still, I think it's a good way of showing or trying to guide new players and as to where they're supposed to be going. So those are the new main features, and again, one of them is very much towards the new players, but I don't think that's a bad thing. It's always good to see Gameloft trying to make the game a bit more obvious for the newer players so that they don't get lost and they don't get discouraged like, I don't understand what this game is, whatever, I don't care. But alright, now let's talk about the new Sportline cars, because there are two new Sportline cars we already knew because of the unofficial patch notes, hint. And one of them is going to be, of course, the 𝐔𝐸𝐫𝐫𝐢𝐯𝐞𝐝 or Plethora LC750. Now, let me say, this color is pretty dope. And look, I don't want to make myself sound too Nostradamus or anything, but I did say that I imagined that the main color of the car was going to be kind of green. And well, while the color itself over here in the lines is more like cyan, the lightning itself is green, so hey, it kind of works. So if you're curious how much does it cost, it's gonna take 145 Sportline kits in order to do it, plus the additional bunch of resources, of course. You know how that goes. But yeah. And the other card that was Sportline, of course, is the 𝐔𝐸𝐽𝐝𝐿. And oh boy, I gotta say it, I really like how this card looks like this. Look. Overall, I think they have done a pretty good job at doing these liveries for the Sportline cars in accentuating the lines of the car and all that. These are pretty cool, don't get me wrong, but for some reason this one I like a lot. Maybe because the lines are thicker, but whatever is the case, I do like the way that it looks. And here are the costs for Sportlining this car, 145 kits, and well, the rest of the stuff over here. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think I'm gonna Sportline this car. I have said for a long time that I don't want to Sportline cars that I like, and I like the Bugatti Bolide, I like the Pagani Huayra BC, I like the Musler Super GT. And if I Sportline either of these cars, any of these cars, I just don't want to, I will not want to use them because I don't like using OP spam cars. So, but now that there are a couple of cars that I'm not super interested on, like the 𝐔𝐸𝐵𝐿 and the 𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐼 I might Sportline one of these two, and I'm actually leaning towards this one because it actually does look kind of dope. So hey, let me know in the comments if you want me to make a video on Sportlining this car and testing it out in multiplayer, because maybe that would be fun. Alright, now, this I'm going to show you now is not related at all to the update itself, but rather to the sale that started last Sunday, technically Monday, when the day reset. And that is, of course, the multiplayer shop, because, oh boy, something cool happened. You already seen it, probably. But it's on sale, the anniversary bike, the Kawasaki Ninja H2R Airborne Anniversary Edition. Jesus Christ, with this absurdly long name. But yeah, it's the ultimate bike of 1862. Now, it's not the only ultimate bike of this bracket, because you know there's also the Dodge Tomahawk, but there's this one now as well. And look, I am not big into this type of bikes, but it's undeniable that it's a cool bike. So yeah, now you have the opportunity to buy it. For how much do you ask? 120,000 of the multiplayer badges. Yeah, I did buy it. I did not unlock it last year. So now that I saw the opportunity to do it, I did it. And that's why I've been continuing to play Master Season to continue getting this currency, because I wanted to have enough in case something cool happened, and something cool did happen. Now, like I said, there's also this ultimate bike in Class S, the Dodge Tomahawk. You know that this is available in every single racing pass in the premium lane. And I've said it for a long time that this bike looks absolutely gorgeous. Yes, but it's a nightmare to drive because it has probably the worst handling in the entire game, so it's a bit of a pain in the rear side. But now we also have this one, and I've heard some people say that it's pretty bad. I don't know. I really haven't driven it, so how about we do some races and check it out? Well, that took forever to actually find players to play with here, but it's fine. We'll do the race anyway. And we're in the Vitera 9. I don't know how I'm going to do with this bike considering that I've never driven it, but let's give it a shot. So let's see what it is about. Come on. Oh, Jesus! What is this handling? Oh, boy. Oh, and I missed that thing. Okay, it's fine. Hold on. Wait. What is going on? What? All right. The drift definitely feels good, but holy smokes, this handling is ridiculous. All right. It's weird. Okay, there's something peculiar about the handling on this bike. Because again, I've driven the Dodge Tomahawk, so I'm well aware of what really bad bike handling is like. But this one is kind of weird because it does want to... Oh, don't mind me messing up those stunts. I'm not really trying for them. I'm just trying to figure this out. But yeah, I don't know. There's something weird about the way that this bike handles. Oh, God. I don't know exactly what it is. It kind of feels responsive until... Or rather, it doesn't feel responsive until it does. Okay. 560? Was I just going 560? What just happened? Oh, was it because I was landing from a jump, or what was that? But anyway, holy smokes. All right, let's do another race. Oh, and for the curious, if you're wondering why I'm not wearing the usual DBT outfit that I use, well, it's because it's Lambo month for DBT, so this is the closest that I can get to a Lambo-themed outfit, so yeah, there you go. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of curious because actually when you look at the handling numbers, not that that says a lot, but when you look at the handling numbers or stat for this bike compared to the Dodge Tomahawk does have a very, very low handling, and it reflects on, you know, how the bike handles. But this one, no, look at that. That's so weird. I don't get it. Oh, God. Yeah, like, this is the ultimate proof that the handling stat doesn't mean anything in this game. It could say something and feel like a completely different... Oh, wait a second. Huh. What? Might as well do it while I'm here, right? What the... All right, fine. So what's my top speed? Okay. What was it? 520 something. Fine. Oh, good. Oh, boy. I don't know. Hold on, because I'm noticing something. No, yeah, the handling is bad. Never mind. I thought for a moment that the handling feels a little bit better when you're not using nitro, but it's still pretty bad. Huh. All right, well, we have another ultimate bike in this bracket that is a bit of a nightmare to drive. Understood. And by the way, GameLove, thank you very much for still not fixing the incredibly long loading times after you exit a race. I'm just saying, it was an update, and we didn't get this fixed, even though it was one of the few things that really needed fixing. I'm just saying. But anyway, what I was mentioning about the handling, look at that. A handling of 1.39. Compare that to this. Yeah, obviously this does reflect as being very low handling, but this should be high, and yet the bike drives terribly. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can recommend you the bike in terms of performance. It's going to be difficult to drive, but if you do master it, I do imagine you can do some crazy stuff like Jolene can do. Jolene, in case you don't know, she does play a lot with bikes, and she does pretty good with this one. So yeah, keep that in mind. But, well, at least there's the opportunity to get it for a very high price, which, by the way, I don't feel like it's a little bit underpriced. I'm not saying that I want them to increase the price, but 120 of those coins for this bike of 1862 that is ultimate, that's pretty dope. But maybe it's just considering also the fact that it's kind of bad, so I don't know. Now, when you open the game after you update it, you also get greeted with this screen telling you that there's going to be the Chrome Marauder, the Melon Run event, the whole thing about the missions. But this is the interesting part because this was not announced anywhere. The fact that there's a new outfit for both the male and female avatar related to bees. So, I don't know. I mean, they look kind of cool, I'll be honest with you. Kind of cool. I don't dislike them. And then again, there's information about the new cars, which we already knew thanks to the unofficial patch note, the Donkervorts, and the BMW M4 CSL. Again, we don't know too much about these cars just yet, officially at least. So yeah, we will have to wait until they actually show up. I don't believe that it's meant to have this letter on the inside of the wheel, or the tire, I mean. I don't know, but whatever. So yeah, anyway, that is basically the update 79 for the game. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything. But yeah, overall, I do like a little bit the new mission, the daily mission system, the playpad. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be something a bit more interesting than what it is. But hey, like I said, at the very least, it helps to guide the new players. And well, other than that, there's not a whole lot of anything new to talk about in the game. But hey, there's that bike in case you have enough currency for it and you wanna get it. But if you made it all the way to this point in the video, congratulations! Your attention span is not cooked. So leave the word handling in the comments to get a heart. But that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!